For the UK, it's the Europeans who are the sticking block in this withdrawal agreement and stopping it from being ratified or stopping it from being agreed. What's the European view of all of that?
Well, I mean, the EU from the outset has been pretty much clear that the EU could not cherry pick and pick the best parts of membership or the best parts of the customs arrangement and the backstop. That's why we heard on Friday when EU ambassadors met, mentioning concepts like a level playing field and the European Court of Justice, things that don't go down very well, of course, with Brexiteers, but things that in a room of 27 or 28 member states are mandatory, really, in order for goods and services to move and for companies to work in a fair area, if you like. Now, today we'll be seeing Michel Barnier brief EU ambassadors in Brussels and hoping to provide some clarity, really, on where we are regarding the Brexit negotiations. But the word on the street here in Strasbourg among MEPs who are meeting this week here and, of course, in Brussels is that it looks more likely that the summit could take place in December, and that would still give 3 months to both the European Parliament and the Parliament in the UK to ratify any withdrawal agreement. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, was speaking yesterday on France 24 and said that there will be a deal at some stage. He said Brexit was a tragedy, something he's been repeating for months, but that a deal would be clinched because there was no other alternative.
And Maeve, meanwhile, the Spanish Prime Minister has been stepping in and talking as well. What's he had to say?
He has indeed, which is unusual because, you know, Michel Barnier has had the mandate and he's been speaking with one voice on behalf of the 27 EU heads of state and, of course, the European Parliament, who've been briefed on a monthly basis. But just this weekend, he said that he thought the UK was on a path to self-absorption, and he said that a referendum might have to be called in the future. He said that referendums are not great. He said that they just tend to fragment society. And he's not the first head of state to comment in the last few weeks. We also saw the head of Malta and the head of the Czech Republic express their disdain as well for the UK's decision to leave the European Union.